Kene Fred Wanko Ezudo Eze Nwafosi Ajalebia Publisher African Lifestyle Magazine Chicago Nwafo ndị Chicago Jemba Onye Chukwu gosiri Amano kpara nwe ihe ọ ga-eme yala Okwa miedo la diji Tinubu Amara yere mwa adiya wa mwe arabazo ti Hey Esigba ni ndo Anabala ni mosteti nwanne na maratana Owigiri nwanne zere tindewe zabala Eji mwa mamado Wona madobi manu de lo wa nwanne ya Alamala manu Ume nwanne ji ya cheji lo Ume nwanne je lo wa cheji la Hida Whoa Hey Riri manu Meji manu yo Ibo Chicago Unde karata Me manu ibara o No be wo tu Abureje me nwanne o Ibo Chicago Unde baraba Fred Wanko Ezudo Eze Nwafosi Ajalebia Publisher African Lifestyle Magazine Chicago Nwafo ndị Chicago Jemba
Hello everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wanko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. As usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are around the world. Yep, the die is cast. The results are out. The tribunal has decided in Nigeria. And based on that decision, the next 4 years, it seems like the fake president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is going to fake the presidency in Nigeria. Well, the reality is that the sentiment in Nigeria, among most Nigerians, would be to burn down the house. But when common sense kicks in, we have to realize that he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. The reality is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not just happen to Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu happened just to Nigeria. That's American lingo for saying he happened justly to Nigeria. Because Nigeria did not become corrupt under the influence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a young kid that was born to be very dirty and very criminally minded. And the only thing that would have kept him straight is a sane civil society. But unfortunately, Nigeria was the perfect place over the last 50 years to groom and bring out the worst in the crime intentions of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And today we're dealing with the consequences. Do you recall in 1999 when President Obasanjo literally, single-handedly stopped Peter Odili from being president or vice president? We all were angry, but maybe President Obasanjo knew more than Nigerians knew. Same thing with Justice Odili. Do you recall when EFCC raided her place? We were angry, but maybe EFCC and APC at the time knew more than we knew. And what I mean by that is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a product of a country that have steadily, over the last 50 years, become grossly corrupt. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu became a product of that corruption. It was innate in him, but the environment to grossly become the criminal that he has become, to steal this election and bribe everybody in sight. A lot of Bola Ahmed Tinubu money went into lobbying the Democratic Party operatives. I live in Chicago, and I know that I've heard from the grapevine, and I know that if I stage an investigation into those grapevine stories, I can point to Chicago politicians who Africans vote for massively in their districts to help them win elections, who got a lot of Bola Ahmed Tinubu money. Those politicians, especially the Chicago ones, went on to do a lot of lobbying that made it almost impossible to get the records from Chicago State University to prove that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not graduate from Chicago State University. But it's okay, because victory takes time. That investigation is going to continue from different sources, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after, eventually will leave office with his tail between his legs. In my previous editions, I've made reference to the fact that we need to boycott the Democratic Party in America. I may have said that in anger, because the Republican Party winning outright is not necessarily what I am looking for. However, I think it would be a good idea if Africans and African Americans, if we show them why we need their help, I think it may be a good idea to find an alternate candidate to Joe Biden in this upcoming election. It may be a good idea to find if we can find an alternative Democrat that has the credentials to go against Joe Biden in the Democratic primary with a strong chance of winning. Because I think that Joe Biden and the Democrats around him have taken innocent, progressive, suffering Nigerians for granted in the way they have embraced a crook, a drug dealer, a money launderer who stole his way into Nigeria's Assurok, and they have embraced him as somebody they are willing to openly and happily negotiate with, simply because he's a tool they can use to get whatever they want out of Nigeria, because they know he's compromised. But like I said before, how do we remedy this? Let me start by playing this soundbite, which more or less presents a very angry situation that calls for angry reactions, but concludes on a note that angry reactions are not always going to get us the best result we are looking for. Let's listen to this soundbite.
Donkey was tied to a tree, but a demon came and untied it. The donkey ran into the fields and began destroying the crop. When the farmer's wife spotted this, she shot and killed the donkey. The donkey's owner was so upset that he shot the farmer's wife. When the farmer returned to see his wife dead, he stormed off and shot the donkey's owner. the wife of the owner of the donkey asked her sons to avenge the death of their father and go and burn down the house of the farmer. The boys went late evening and gleefully carried out their mother's orders, assuming that the farmer too would have been burnt alive along with the house. Sadly for them, that wasn't the case. When the farmer came back to see the charred remains of the house, he promptly went and shot the wife and the 2 sons of the donkey's owner. Suddenly struck by remorse, the farmer asked the demon why all those terrible things had to happen. The demon replied, "I did nothing at all, except release the donkey. It was all of you who reacted, overacted, and released the inner devil. Did you get it? The devil doesn't do anything but wake you up by triggering the ego in you, that turns into evil intent and goes about harming others. The next time before replying, responding, or avenging a revenge, pause and think. Be careful. Many times the only thing the devil needs to do is simply release the donkey within us."
Many times, the only thing the devil needs to do is to release the monster within us. Releasing the monster within us will lead to a lot of bloodshed. If we start going one by one, us in the United States, we all have congressmen, we all have senators, we all have city council members, and we all have mayors of the cities where we live. Maybe what they see is the billions of dollars he throws around. It's our job as constituents in America to start bringing Bola Ahmed Tinubu to American senators, to American congressmen, to our city council members, to mayors of our cities. It's time to start detailing who Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to these people. News and facts change minds. It's incumbent on Africans in America to talk to our senators and our congressmen and tell them who Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. Tell them who Nyesom Wike is. Tell them who Peter Odili is. Tell them who Mary Odili is. Tell them who all these crooks that surround Bola Ahmed Tinubu, tell them who these people are, including talk to the right people if we could show evidence that can stop these people from entering the United States of America. And the reality is, if you could stop them from entering America, by the time you know it, you may be stopping them from entering the United Kingdom. We don't have to be violent, but we don't have to sit back and do nothing. And this isn't time to be praying.
We've passed the time of praying. It's not going to be solved by praying alone. It has to be solved by acting. If you like, pray with discipline for the rest of your life. They'll never go away. It is time for us to close the church and deal with discipline.
Ladies and gentlemen, like most Nigerians and most Africans and people around the world who were hoping against hope, and I'll leave you with one appeal. This isn't time to tell Nigerians who angrily say the truth the way it is about these crooks to be careful because these folks are dangerous. If we don't start acting as dangerous as they are with the facts that we have, these idiots have no conscience. You must be one of the people that is standing up and talking at every level. Every pulpit you have, talk about the crimes of these crooks, from the judges to the cabal, to all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Monko coming to you from our studios in Chicago, and actually, for the first time, short for words. Good night. and God bless.
Chukwu goziri amanu kpara nwe ihe ọ ga-eme yọla ọkwa mịagola dị jide ube amara nyere nwa adịya gwa mgbe arambazo ji anabara n'Imo steeti bụ nwanne na marachana owigiri nwanne zere jidewe enyi mmanwa mamado Ona madobi manu de lo wa wande ya ala mala manu ume wande ji ya cheji lo ume wande je lo wa cheji la hida oh riri manu beji manu yo iboshika nde karata be manu ibara o Nobi mwogotu abureje me wane o Fred Wanko Ezudo Eze Nwafosi Ajalebia Publisher African Lifestyle Magazine Chicago Nwafo ndị Chicago Jejemba